Victor down? I was hoping for more of a show, but then the only excitement I get around here is when someone adjusts their brightness settings. Quite the thrill ride.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish.
Thank law the displaced listen to reason. Think of the cost if our predictions had not been heeded. Can you believe we almost moved into the exclusion
I do
zone?
recall the order warning about something
I knew something bad would happen.
albeit somewhat indirectly.
I can hardly believe I'm still standing.
I am so very glad the seer warned us in time. If we'd failed to heed his prediction, well, I wouldn't even like to think about it.
Hold still and accept treatment.
Grand Architect! First an attack on the monastery and now the lift code's not working? Am I misremembering it? No. Unless... Why will know this, I'm sure. Agent, oh thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. Peace talks. Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Now is not the time for jokes! Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. I have full confidence in your skills. You are an Earth Directorate agent, after all. For myself, I regret to say I'm a peacetime abbot. I was never meant to navigate a war. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you. Well, that's certainly a relief. Let's hope we live long enough to enjoy the fruits of your diplomatic labor.
I've always wanted to fight a mathematician.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! Someone just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked.
It all. Hey, body's not even cold yet. Show a little respect. Roger always said he wanted his body donated to the Order if it'd help advance the plan. But I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind.
Happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing.
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
Or that catalyst. Setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Outside the Order, and some simpletons within it. Things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst. Setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve and do not hesitate. The time for ideation.
need to leave us this nightlight. Sorry. Rejuvenation device.
Enemy spotted.
Device may be the deciding factor in whether you live or die in the future. Unless you can expedite hemostasis and proliferate your tissue on your own within a fraction of a second.
No. But I have been told my pain tolerance exceeds normal thresholds.
Your mother must be so proud.
Define the recurrent relation. Get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci. Do not trust anyone who doesn't show their work. Timeless advice from the charismatic mathematician.
Hostilities are up. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Investigating hostile intention. Back and scan.
Those jungle N-ray scanners show how they're wired.
Found another one. Damn it. I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but I didn't think...
Architect's perspiring brow, if you try to cite that fourth pillar to me one more time. Scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is all I am saying. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative.
Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist. I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites. Be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
The anchor hold is proofed against sound to allow us to conduct our work in quietude. Hence the speaker unit you're using now. What happens outside is of no concern to us.
I'll tell you what you can save us from. Rude novices who don't observe proper anchor hold etiquette.
Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
You would if it was your colony being invaded. Neutrality only ever supports the oppressor.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate.
Lack of a door, for starters.
You're currently standing outside of an anchor hold. My colleague and I have chosen to permanently enclose ourselves within this cell to lead a life of concentrated purpose. As anchorites of the Order, it is our duty to postulate on the universe's perplexities for the benefit of observers. In this way, we advance the plan through empirical knowledge. We observe periods of rest like all living creatures, but otherwise, yes. When in conversation, we welcome all to attend and learn.
We have privacy curtains. It's less trouble than you're making it out to be.
Thank you. That is the intention.
I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. More or less, Seer Wiley put the question to us last week. Naturally, the problem of interference versus non-interference led us to a broader discussion of war's overall necessity. Oddly, he has not returned for his solution, which is just as well since we remain divided on an answer, though I'm confident we'll get there.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates by deliberate means. Let us hope this conflict resolves itself soon. You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer, but do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way.
Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get.
I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to close it.
Apologies, but Gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to preceding numbers gives us map that brings us wonders. To find the recurrence relation, get
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance. Mathematician was not so dissimilar to us. He donned his jumpsuit 1.3 pants legs at a time.
Precision is principle. After all, garbage value input produces garbage value output.
time for a quick dip.
Proceeding to attack. Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice, but that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
Resorting to violence. The unknown variable. I have a fix on this.
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
Check your scopes for combatant.
Isn't this fancy? Guessing these are the abbot's quarters. I see the good abbot's intent on distracting himself from the misery of existence with worldly goods. Never works.
stamped onto a test of order aptitude. And whom do we blame when a student fails? Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop has failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention, she would make peace with the primitive minds of... choice. This must be prevented, whatever the cost, or humanity's ascendance will be forestalled by centuries, if not millennia. The stalwart agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
As if we'd fall for their stalling tactics just to watch these poor fools die slowly and horribly, mangled like punch cards. What were we talking about again? I prefer to kill my enemies first, innocent hostages later.
Entirely depends on your priorities. My former department would say keeping on mission is of paramount importance. But I no longer think I agree.
Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages around here.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
There is high probability. Wiley got the ship. He let some others go. But he didn't even give us the chance to surrender.
He's lost his wits! Kept going on about his puzzle in the research wing upstairs. That must be where he hid the key to stop the prep.
Hurry!
Normally I'd suggest picking the lock on that safe, but it looks to be rigged to that ridiculous puzzle up above. This must be the so-called puzzle they expect us to waste our time on. Looks like it was constructed by a child.
A potentially aberrant event.
Mobilizing. analyzed. Lay down. Torpificator is charged.
Battle charge in process. Narrowing the gap to my target.
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Sorry, no target.
Mitigating the threat. Torpification in progress. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Step aside. Why? It's all the rift. Underestimated me this time.
Combatant scan. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Standing by to stupefy.
Seems we've effectively begun their puzzle. Idiots.
This laborious exercise is obviously intended to consume precious time.
See? Didn't I tell you our friend would be back? Hurry! Disable the contract!
Time will tell if that was a good idea.
Thank you, stranger. We should be okay here for now. Okay, Wiley, it's just today.
Stamped onto a test of order aptitude. And who...
At least it was a clean dissection. Roger would appreciate that, I think. Can any of this really be in service to the universal equation, like the Sears constant?
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
2, 3, 5, and 8, and then 13, 21, 2, 34, count. Yes, yes. Could be.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Target analyzed. Check your scopes. We'll come back.
down.
Let's weapons prime!
Adversary vulnerable.
No target, Commander! Don't tease me! This might sting. A lot.
All on the wrist.
Go for torpification.
Step aside, swine.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
99.7% certainty.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
You will cease biological functioning. an enemy.
Presumably some random element.
There's no natural phenomenon.
Possible?
Mobilizing. Stun weapon. Wine. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. There be none. Torpification in progress. Recharge for me.
Taking cover!
Backing scan.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Negative. Recharge. Torpificator at ready status. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Oh, look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
Yeah!
Nice of you to help keep those people out of the exclusion zone, or they might have been crushed by falling rocks. You got a real future in real estate. Or insurance underwriting.